I have troubling news from Grizzleheim. It seems as if the cold day we've feared has come to pass. Your old friend in Grizzleheim, Bjorn Ironclaws, sends word that the ravens of the Coven have struck once again. Bjorn sent word to ask you to venture to Northgard in Grizzleheim and speak to him at once. Your instructors are aware you may miss some class time. There may be make-up work when this matter is complete.
Oh there, Outlander, forgive me. My gladness at seeing you is outmatched by my dread of the curse upon Grizzleheim. Your presence humbles me. I am only the second greatest hero in Grizzleheim when you visit my world. Times are grim. Though you defeated them before, the evil members of the Coven have struck again. We fear that this is the final act of their terrible plan to curse the Spiral with the dreaded Everwinter. King Velgard Goldenblade has need of your spells. Enter his hall and speak with him if you are a true hero.
I am pleased you heard my call. As Bjorn Ironclaws told you, the evil ravens of the Coven are trying to bring the Everwinter upon Grizzleheim. Once this dreadful cold comes, it will wreath our world in ice, and the freeze will spread throughout the Spiral. Though the Coven met their defeat at your hands, they crept from their hidey holes and struck again. There is much to tell you, but still more that I do not know. Your old friend, Raffen Lorespeaker in Ravenscar, wishes to speak with you. He knows more about this grim threat.
Oh, young wizard, there is news from Grizzleheim. Please visit my office as soon as you can. Pardon me, young wizard. A matter in my office requires your prompt attention. Greetings, young wizard. Please come to my office as soon as you are able. Something has arrived for you.
Would that I had better news for you, wizard. The Coven has returned after the same goal, the Everwinter. You have heard of the Titans of Storm, Fire, and Ice, yes? They were the first beings before the Spiral was made. The Ice Titan sleeps deep beneath Grizzleheim, sent into a centuries-long slumber by Bartleby himself. The Coven would rouse the Ice Titan from that eternal rest. When he rises, his fury will be cold and fierce. The runes tell me that the Coven is at work in Hrundlefjord, a port in a part of Grizzleheim called Wintertusk. You must use your wits, your spells, and your courage to defeat the Coven once more. Only you can do this deed. Go and speak to Velgard Goldenblade once more, and tell him that Hrundlefjord is where you must go.
I can see from your grim demeanor that Raffen has told you much. So Raffen Lorespeaker tells you that the Coven is up to their evil in Hrundlefjord. This angers and frightens me. I have not heard from my subjects in Hrundlefjord in some time, and I worry that they have met with trouble. Balder Goldpaws is at the dock of Northgard. He can take you to the part of Wintertusk called Hrundlefjord. Go now and speak to Balder, and go to Hrundlefjord with the king's favor at your side like a trusted sword. Hello there, young wizard. How can I help you? You wish to journey to Rundle Fjord? It is a simple task. Step over to my ship and we will set sail. Here it is, Rundle Fjord, part of Wintertusk. If you wish to return to Northgard, or return here from Northgard, my ship is at your service. Long has it been since I visited Rundlefjord, but it is clear that something is terribly wrong. There is an unseasonable chill in the air, and I have never seen a ship with such ice upon it. Stride over to that nearby ship, if you will, and see what ails it and the crew who stand beside it.
We examined the longship. This ice is not natural. It was frozen in place here at the dock. These warriors were frozen in their tracks. Powerful ice magic is at work here.
There are others who could have done this, but I'll wager that the Coven is behind this dread chill. Ill-doing at the docks can only be a sign that further mischief is afoot. You should go and examine the gates to Rundle Fjord and see if they were able to withstand this wretched cold. Go and scout only. Do not open the gates or enter the village just yet. There may be trouble within. As a captain, I cannot abandon my longship, so I will wait here for your return.
The gates are closed and appear to be locked. Like the cold, silence radiates from within the village.
The gates are locked, eh? That is a sure sign of trouble. In kinder times, the village guards would have seen the sails of my ship and opened the gate to greet us. I suspect that the village of Rundle Fjord is in the icy clutches of evildoers. There must be a way through the gates. Perhaps a secret signal to alert those inside. Those frostbones outside the gate may know more about getting inside. You should defeat a few frostbones and see how they signal to one another.
As you defeat this Frostbones, it signals its allies by banging its sword on its shield. More of them bang their shields in reply. It is a code of some sort.
They bang their swords upon their shields instead of speaking? This is an ancient means of signaling. Warriors of old call it Norse code. It is clear that the town has fallen to evil. Go and use Norse code to signal your way past the gate. The Thane of Rundle Fjord is named Vanir Stormroar. If he lives, he will be in the village's hall. Seek him out and return to me once you know his fate.
You tap on the gate a few times, and something that sounds like Norse code. A moment later, it opens. Vanir is frozen solid. You should tell Baldur the bad news.
Bring ill news. Vanir alone could tell us what happened to Arundel Fjord. We must devise a way to thaw Vanir's storm roar without harming him. This is raven magic. We need a raven. If I remember rightly, an old crone named Morn Shadowbrew dwells within Arundel Fjord. Though she was wicked and unkind, she may be able to help us if she has not been turned to ice. Go and seek her out and see if she can be convinced to help us in this cold hour.
Who's this? You're not frozen. No matter. You'll join the others in their wintry doom. What is it you want? Thawing the Thane Vanir? He knows nothing, but if you must speak to him, here is how to thaw him. Go to the geysers at the edge of the village and collect some scalding water. Here's an urn you can use. Just pour it over Vanir. He should thaw in a matter of moments. It is magic ice. Only geyser water will serve. I could use your help. If you could show an old raven some charity. Those frost goblins outside stole my rune carving tools, along with some blank rune stones. If you go and get those things back to me, I'll carve you a nice runic charm to bring you good fortune.
You collect the steaming geyser water in the urn Morn gave you. You're careful not to burn yourself. You pour the steaming geyser water upon the frozen Thane. In a moment or so, he is free from the ice.
What has happened? I was in my hall ready to fight the Coven when I became quite cold. I remember no more. Now I am soaked and steaming. My state lacks dignity, but I am grateful to you for my freedom. I don't recognize you, but you're clearly a wizard of some sort. You freed me, so I will trust you. The one you must speak to is Grandmother Raven. She is an old one, older than even the spiral. It is said she gave the eyes of time to the great tree at the heart of the spiral, but that was long, long ago. She is a loyal ally of my people. I bid you check on her, see how she fares. I fear that the Coven has done her ill. Grandmother Raven is often near the giant tree behind this hall. Go and seek her out.
Greetings, young wizard. At long last we meet. I have long watched you as you made your way through the spiral. Perhaps you have felt my presence before. I celebrated your victories, and I hope that my counsel reached you in your journeys. You find me at a disadvantage. Though the ravens are all my children of a sort, some of them are quite wicked. The ravens of the Coven are especially untrustworthy. They caught me unawares and trapped me in this cage. If you would help an old grandmother, talk to the 3 wise sisters called the Norns at the nearby well. They can see into the past, across the world as it is, and they know what is to come. They can help you set me free. The 3 Norns will tell what you must do to set me free. They are at the nearby well.
I am Erd, the one who knows all that has happened to you before this day.
I am Verdandi, and there is nothing in the spiral that is hidden from my sight.
I am Skuld, and I knew you were coming.
We Norns tend the loom of fate. Each living being is but a thread for us to weave into the tapestry of life.
As an outlander, you are free from fate. You are not of Grizzleheim, so your destiny is not part of this tapestry.
You alone can change the course of events and thwart the frightful fate that is to come.
To free Grandmother Raven, you must do the impossible. First, fetch for us the feather of a white raven.
Skogul the Pale is such a raven, with feathers the color of the moon, rather than the night dark sky.
Go to Skogul's hut in Rundlefjord and beg from her a single white feather.
A feather from Skogul the Pale you must bring us. Step lively, else all is lost.
Who's that outside? If you're from the Coven, leave me alone. If you've come to free me, then welcome. The door is frozen shut. If you want to be of help, fetch a kettle from the market and fill it with snow. Melt the snow in the fire pit in the market, and then bring the hot water back to pour over the ice on my door.
You get a cooking pot and quickly fill it with snow. The snow melts and boils quickly. You pour the boiling water over the ice, it melts away.
You're not from around here, are you? You have my gratitude for getting rid of the ice, but I'm still plenty mad at what's been done. If you'll go and teach a handful of those ravens a lesson, any of them will do, I'll be willing to listen. So, what are you waiting for? Get out there and thrash some of the ravens that ruined this nice village. I'll help you now that the ravens have paid for the trouble they brought to Hrundel Fjord. What can I do for you? A feather? An odd request, but if it's for a good cause...
Wincing, Skogul pulls out a stray feather and hands it to you.
Use that in a spell against me, and you'll wish you hadn't.
This feather will serve its purpose, but it's only a start. We do not send you on idle errands. The things we need are for a mighty spell to change the fate of a world.
The next impossible thing we need is a claw from a bear with no name. In this world, that is no small thing.
Vanir Stormroarer keeps a census of all who dwell here. He knows everyone and may know if there is one with no name. Vanir is in his hall, and he will help you find this nameless bear. When you have that bear's claw, you can return.
Vanir Stormroarer will know if there is a nameless bear around here. Find that bear and get a claw, then return to us.
You seek a bear without a name. How odd. Why would any bear not want to have a name to echo in glory? I keep a census of all those who live in this village. Read it and see if it helps.
You examine the census. The list of names doesn't include Leaf, who is standing outside of town.
Greetings. Is it safe to go back into town? What? No name? How could they take Leaf off their census? I'll have to speak to Vanir about that. What's that? You'd like a claw? How odd. I was just sharpening my claws and the tip of one of them broke off. It must be fate at work. In that case, you should have it.
The claw of a bear with no name. You are clever to win such a prize. Clever indeed. A feather from a white raven, and a claw from a bear with no name. 2 of the 3 items we need are in hand.
The third item is perhaps the most difficult to obtain. A tooth from a wolf who has never known battle.
Fate smiles upon you. At the edge of this village is an herbalist called Regan Wildleaf. He may be of help.
A tooth from the one called Regan Wildleaf would complete the 3 impossible things we require. Regan's home is on the other side of Hrundel Fjord.
You aren't from here. Did you come with the Coven, or are you here as a friend to the folk of Hrundel Fjord? We can use allies in this grave time. I am an herbalist, and I do what I can to heal the sick. A tooth? What a strange request. And an odd coincidence, one I cannot ignore. When the ice first came, I bit a piece of it and broke a tooth. I'll readily give it to you, but can you help me? I have an ache from the missing tooth, and the herbs I need for the remedy are outside of town. I'll need a sprig each of valerian and of amaranth. They grow around the village and outside the front gates. I'll also need a branch of moonwort, which the Coven Nightwings may have taken. Gather those 3 herbs, bring them to me, and I'll look around and see if I can find that broken tooth. You're quite the gatherer. Those herbs will help ease the pain of this broken tooth. And here, this is for you.
Regan hands you a jagged piece of broken tooth. That must have hurt coming out.
Have the 3 that cannot be. Now is the time to weave our greatest magic. Tooth, claw, and feather. These are symbols of our people, yet each comes from a source that cannot be.
You must bind them with the thread of your life and weave them into the tapestry that is Grizzleheim's fate.
Take feather, claw, and tooth to the loom of fate. Tie them to your thread, you will know it, and return to us.
Take the tooth, the claw, and the feather to the loom of fate, and tie them to the thread of your destiny.
One of the threads looks a little different from the others. You get a sense that it represents you. You tie the feather, claw, and tooth to the thread. Strangely, Grizzleheim feels a little more like home to you.
You can now dispel the magic that binds Grandmother Raven within her cage. It should open to your touch. Take the tooth, the claw, and the feather to the loom of fate, and tie them to the thread of your destiny.
From that cage. Now I can take on my true form. Do not be afraid. Walk up the ramp so that I can see you, eye to eye. It has been centuries since I wore this shape. Oh, to stretch these wings once more. There is still much to do, else the Everwinter takes us all in its cold-clawed grasp. When the Ice Titan fought with his brothers, the Titans of Fire and Storm, the world was threatened with ruin. Bartleby sung the song that put them to sleep, and bound together the shattered world and spun it into the spiral. 4 sons there are of the Ice Titan, 4 giants of frost. Austri, Vestri, Sudri, and Nordri are their names. Each frost giant rules a land near Rundle Fjord, and they have never been friendly to bear, wolf, or raven. But the one they liked least was their father, the Ice Titan himself. While the father slumbers, the sons run wild. The 4 ice giants each have a means to bind their father to sleep. 4 golden seals, 1 to each. I lay this task upon you, to fetch back the golden seals. The gate to Austri's land will now open to you. Go through the gate and speak to Austri. Bargain for the seal, then return with it. There is no other way. You must go through the gate to Austriland and find Austri. Bargain for the golden seal and return with it.
You did your part, so I'll honor our bargain.
Morn uses her tools to carve an inscription on a runic charm necklace.
Here you go. May it shelter you from harm.
I pulled bigger things than you out of my nose. Who are you, and why should I bother listening? It's clear to me why you've come. You want the golden seal that will keep my father in his great sleep. The Coven gave 1 seal to each of the Ice Titan's sons for safekeeping, but they do not know us very well. It pleases my brothers and me to let Emir sleep on while we rule over Bear, Raven, and Wolf. You're clearly a wizard of some renown, but I will not grant the seal to just any who ask. You must earn it. 4 tests I place before you. You must demonstrate your superiority in strategy, wits, charm, and strength. If you would have my golden seal, you must defeat the most cunning of my allies, Skegus Forkbeak. He dwells in a small shack next to my hall. You may have passed it on your way here. Defeat him and return here. Go to Skegus Forkbeak's shack and challenge him to a game of strategy. Win, and we will talk further.
I saw you sniffing around Austri's hall. What brings you here? If you want to impress me, you'll have to defeat me in a game of Thane's Table. It's a complex game, like chess. I can see you haven't heard of it, but don't worry, I'm starved for a good game. No one here is any good at it. I have defeated all of Grizzleheim at Thane's Table, all but Mimir Winterbane, and we played to a draw. If you want to learn how to play, and play well, you should go and beg him to teach you the rules of the game. Mimir dwells at the Well of Erd in Rundlefjord, guarded by the 3 Njorns. Tell him I sent you. Go to the Well of Erd in Rundlefjord and speak to Mimir Winterbane. He'll teach you the rules to Thane's Table.
You don't see anyone nearby. That rope looks suspicious. Does Mimir actually live in the well? There is only one way to find out.
Who trespasses in my well? I'll send you to the coldest corner of the afterlife. You have my apologies for the misunderstanding. I was not expecting guests. You have certainly strayed from the beaten path, Outlander. What brings you here? Skegus sent you to learn to play Thane's Table at my hand? That's wise. If he taught you himself, then he might not get the most of the game, and he might try to cheat. Very well. I'll teach you how to play, but I'm so very hungry and so very cold. I'm in no mood to teach, yet. Fetch me a loaf of Regan Wildleaf's harvest bread, and I'll teach you to beat Skegus Forkbeak at his game.
I delivered the last of the bread to the bakery before the cold claimed the village. There should be some in the basket, though you'll need to heat it up in the bakery's oven. My harvest bread is meant to be served with fresh honey, but the nearest beehives are in Australund.
You find a loaf of Regan's harvest bread. It is cold, but looks tasty. A few minutes in the oven and the harvest bread is hot and ready to eat. Now for the honey. You carefully gather some honey without angering the hive. Maybe the bees were expecting a bear.
That smells delicious. Honey, too? You are indeed a generous guest. I won't make you watch me eat it. After all, you're here to learn how to play Thane's Table. Let me start.
Mimir teaches you not only the basics of Thane's Table, but some advanced rules and some strategy. When he is finished teaching you the game, you think you can teach Skeggis a thing or two.
And that's all I can teach you. You are a good student. I think you will surprise Skeggis when you play.
Mimir got you sorted out? Good. Ready to play some Thane's Table? Excellent. Lay your pieces out on the board and let's get started. What's that? You don't have any pieces? Is this some kind of jest? Most Thane's Table players supply their own pieces. I no longer have a spare set. The Frostbones took mine. If you want to recover my spare set, you're more than welcome to go and get it from the Frostbones that took it.
He drops a beautiful set of playing pieces. They're made of carved bone. Perhaps a relative?
And now that you're ready, let's begin. To the Thane's Table. Go and find the Frostbones that took my spare set of pieces for Thane's Table.
Skeggis is a master at the game. Every move is deliberate, calculating, and without hesitation. You lose your sense of time while playing. It is difficult to keep track of the rules and advice Mimir gave you. Skeggis pauses and leans back. The game is over and the winner all but decided. You think you've lost, but then why is Skeggis frowning? You look again and realize you won.
Mimir taught you well. You can tell Ostry that you bested me in strategy.
That took a while. I was sure you fled. How did you do? So, you've beat Skeggis in a game of Thane's Table, which shows you are a master of strategy. This next challenge will be no easy matter. You must defeat my riddle master at a game of wits. His name is Grand, and he dwells in a village not far from here. Go and challenge him to the riddle game. Grand is riddle master of Auskreland, famousest in all Grizzleheim.
What is your name?
You tell Grand your name.
You pretty good at riddle game. You win. Grand did not even know answer to that one. Let me guess. You beat Grand? Maybe he'll win one someday. With the challenges of strategy and wits under your belt, you're still only halfway to earning a golden seal. The challenge of charm can't be won as easily. You will have to convince a warrior to part with his weapon. The wolves have been causing me no end of trouble, and none more so than their chief, Garm Moonstalker. His spear is a thorn in my side, so I'll be wanting it from him. But you must win it without harming him. Go and take Garm's spear from him. He won't give it up easily, so be warned. You can find him in the wolf camp. Go and win me Garm Moonstalker's spear. He is in the wolf camp, and a force to be feared.
Oh there, Outlander. You must be the one who helped my cousins in the Merkholm. So, friend, I welcome you. How can I help you? Be warned, my time is short. I have many boars to defeat. Austri's thugs are endless. You wish to take my spear? I would gladly give it up if it meant my foes were all defeated. You have my spear to use as you see fit. Do not worry, I have several others ready to use against the boars.
Garm's spear. Now with this in my hands, he is rendered powerless. My boars will make short work of him. The final test you shall face is the test of strength. I will not mince words. It is a battle you must win. There is a cave near my hall, and in it is a fearsome ice troll named Sulkir. He is my mightiest champion. Go there, face Sulkir in battle, and return to claim the golden seal. There are no further conditions. My club is hungry. Step on over here so I can feed it. I was sure you'd meet your doom at Sulkir's hands, but I'm impressed at the outcome. You can have this golden seal. I wish you luck with my brothers. They'll not be so easy to bargain with. Vestri is the next of us you'll need to talk to. He rules Vestriland, to the west of Hrundel Fjord. The gate to Vestriland is locked, shut fast by the Coven, a magic lock that cannot be forced or picked. A raven named Grimaldi Keymaker lives to the south of my hall. He is no friend to the Coven, but knows locks. I have not seen Grimaldi in years, but if anyone will know how to open the lock to Vestriland, it is Grimaldi. You should go speak to Grimaldi and see if he can make you a key. Then take the golden seal to Grandmother Raven. You must go to Grimaldi Keymaker's cave, south of my hall, and get a key to Vestriland.
This place is deserted. It's been years since anyone lived here. It reminds you of a tomb. That runestone may have some clues to what happened to Grimaldi.
Who disturbs my eternal rest? I see all. The secrets of life and death are known to me. You seek a key to Vestriland, sealed by the Coven. Though the cold of the grave is great, the chill of the Everwinter will be much worse. So I will help you. The Coven asked me to destroy the key, but I would not. So they slew me. And now I am hungry for vengeance. They could not banish the key, so the Coven broke the Vestriland key into 2 parts. Parts that can be reunited. They gave 1 piece each to 2 ice colossi named Nali and Nar, who dwell in different caves nearby. Defeat Nali and Nar, recover the pieces of the key, and return to me. I will repair them.
If you have come here, it is to no good end. I will destroy you. cannot hide from me, trespasser, and you will never take the thing I guard.
Very well. Let me have those pieces and I will bind them anew. What is this? A curse lays upon them? Be ready. Binding the keys together has summoned a guardian, and he yearns for your destruction.
The Coven sends its regards, Outlander.
bound together the pieces of the key to Vestrelund's gate. Now the gate will open to you. Return to Hrundlefjord and tell Grandmother Raven that her wayward son served you, even in death.
You have Austri's golden seal and a key to Vestrelund. You have done well, achieved more than I could have asked. With that key, you can open the gate to Vestrelund and confront Vestri, the ruler over that land. But it will not be so easy to reach Vestri. I know of a farmer in the area who can help you, Henrik Graincutter. Go through the gate of Vestrelund and find Henrik. He will be able to tell you how to get Vestri's golden seal. Promise me that you'll do what you can to help Henrik. He and his people have suffered much since the Coven attacked. Go through the gate to Vestrelund and find Henrik Graincutter. He will be able to help you once you help him.
I've not seen your like before. Where do you come from? Grandmother Raven sent you to me. She wants me to help you get Vestri's golden seal? I wonder. That old witch always has schemes within schemes. My people are in need of help, and they come first. If you will help me aid my people, I will get you into Vestri's hall. Do we have a deal? Yes? Then we will begin. My people are starving. The cold that Vestri brought to the land has fouled our harvest. Can you go to the farms in the region and gather some smoked fish from the drying racks and some grain sacks? When you have enough to feed us for a while, we'll talk about Vestri some more. You have done well to feed these hungry folk. I do not like to bargain so harshly, but times are harsher. Though we are brave, we are still but farmers and gatherers. The foes that beset us are formidable. Many wolverines and boars make our lives miserable and full of fear. They raid our farms and steal our food. My people are sore and wounded from battling them. Can you help buy us some time to rest? Our enemies cause us much harm. Can you defeat a half-dozen wolverines and boars? Any type will do.
You are a blessing to us, like a great hero from the sagas of old. You've done much to help us, but we still need some sort of defense against our enemies. If we had some palisade walls, it would limit the directions they can attack from. Can you help build some fort walls to keep my people secure? The wood is frosted and frozen, though. Once, our village had a legendary golden axe, a magic blade that could cut any wood, frozen or no. The golden axe was stolen long ago by an ice troll named Thurnir. None could defeat him, so we let him keep it. If you could defeat Thurnir and reclaim the golden axe, you could put it to use cutting wood to build our fort. Thurnir lives in a cave in the south of Vesterland, over a bridge near a waterfall. Can you fight the ice troll Thurnir and recover our village's long-lost golden axe?
I don't remember ordering out for my meal, but you'll do.
Thurnir drops a golden-bladed axe, a magnificent piece of craftsmanship.
You recovered the golden axe? Glorious, isn't it? Now you must cut some wood for us to build the palisade walls with. We need but a few trees, so be sparing. To the south, we've marked the trees to be cut with an X. Take the golden axe to them and return with the wood. The legend of the golden axe was no myth from the look of these cuts. I'll take the golden axe back now to restore it to its rightful place. You have our gratitude. Now that we've got the wood, it's time to repair and restore the missing pieces of the palisade wall. Simply take the wood to the sections of wall that are in need and fashion a repair. I will await your return. Well done! I feel safer already. You have done much to help my people, and I am grateful beyond words. I apologize for putting you to such hard labor, but I had little choice. I suspect Grandmother Raven had it in mind when she sent you. You need to see Vestry, and I am the only one who can give you access. Long ago, Grandmother Raven trusted me with a runic chant to open the gates to Vestry's Hall. She told me to teach it to a helpful outlander, and you are that very one. Use it to bypass the lock upon Vestry's gate and enter his hall without fear. I gave you a runic chant to enter Vestry's hall. You should use it if you want to speak with him.
You speak the runic chant Henrik gave you. It opens the gates readily enough.
How did you get here? I thought we sprayed for wizards. Spare me the sales pitch. I am no fool. You've come for my golden seal to put dear old Father Ymir to sleep. I have no issue with that. I like the state of things here. I rule Vestralen. If Ymir wakes, home! You can have my golden seal with my blessing. Speak to my steward, Strykar Scofflaw. He can take care of you. Unless there was anything else, I assume we're through. Have a pleasant day.
What? Vestry is just giving the golden seal to you? I won't have it. My loyalty is to the Coven. I'll destroy you and see the Everwinter come upon this whole world. You've won, but the Everwinter cannot be stopped. The sleeper will awaken. Ice will fall.
You find the golden seal among Strykar's belongings.
I can't say I was surprised to see his treachery. I'll have a word with my hiring manager about that. I am only too happy to see you on your way, and with the golden seal, but you must listen to my advice now. The gateway into my brother Sudri's land is locked, and he has appointed a strange guardian for the key. A Valkyrie named Freda Warsong lives in a cave not too far from here. She guards the key. Best of luck with her.
Despair, for you have come into a place of death. The Coven raised my spirit, yanked me from the Hall of the Mighty, and bound me here toward a simple key. I cannot surrender it, lest I see the unquiet spirits of Warriors 3 to their final rest. Hallfang Bristlecrown, Oswood Fleetpaw, and Azuric Widebelt all died unjustly, cheated from the Hall of the Mighty. Their spirits haunt caves near Vestry's Hall and here. Defeat them and send them on to their right reward.
Who break my silent time? Hellfang happy to share his misery. Set me free. Now I go to Hall of Mighty. Much better than this old cave.
If you've come to dishonor me, you're too late. I met my end long ago. Now I know only the torment of battle. promised defeat. Now the doors to the Hall of the Mighty, they are open to me. The stench of magic is all over you. If you've come to cast some dark curse upon me, think again. I seek an honest end in battle, and must pit myself against all who come to this cave of exile. Not hope to see my ancestors in the Hall of the Mighty, but now I hear their revelry. I am coming.
You have sent the souls of 3 brave warriors to their resting places in the Hall of the Mighty. That sets me free. I surrender to you the key to Sudri's land. Use caution when journeying there. Take the key to Grandmother Raven. She will guide you with what you must do. Defeat the spirits of Hallfang Bristlecrown, Oswood Fleetpaw, and Azric Widebelt, and I will grant you your key.
You continue to triumph. Clearly, I chose my champion well. With the 2 golden seals from Austrian Vestry, half the journey is done. Now you must enter Sudriland to gain Sudri's own golden seal. Freda Warsong supplied you with a key. The gate to Sudriland is in the south of Rundle Fjord. Be wary, Sudri is more malicious than Austri or Vestry. Sudri's henchman is named Kettle Blackheart, and to reach Sudri, you must win Kettle over. Be wise and watchful. Go into Sudriland and seek out Sudri's henchman, Kettle Blackheart.
Behold, I am Sudri's henchman, and he has sent me to block and guard the path against meddlers like you. Without a shovel, you cannot clear the path, and I will thwart your efforts to pass. The snow has been specially piled to cause an avalanche if it is meddled with, and only I know how to clear it. But my followers, Herrick the Lean and Ormond the Surly, have taken the pick and shovel away. You will never find them, for they have hidden themselves. Sudri told me to hinder you, perhaps to see if you're worthy to earn his golden seal. Find Herrick the Lean and Ormond the Surly, and win from them the pick and shovel. I'll not stand in your way. Herrick is in Hrundle Fjord, and Ormond is in Vestriland.
Blackheart told me to guard this pick. You won't take it without a fight.
You easily find Kettle's pick.
I was set to guard this shovel, and you'll have to pry it from my cold claws. Kettle's shovel is right here with the rest of Ormond's stuff.
All right then. Let me tell you how to clear that snow and ice without burying yourself in an avalanche. On the other side, you must speak to Thera Brightspell. She is a friend to Grandmother Raven and will help you. Find Herrick the Lean and Ormond the Surly, and get the pick and shovel. I'll show you how to clear the path.
Grandmother Raven sent word to expect you some time ago. I was wondering when you would turn up. You will never pass through Sudri's Dragon Gate. It is enchanted to snap shut upon any who are not ravens. I saw that happen once, and it wasn't very pretty. So let us avoid that fate if we can. Gather some raven feathers and some hemlock leaves, and I will cast an illusion to turn you into a raven. You can get feathers from any of the ravens roaming these parts. Not me, of course. And hemlock grows wild. These should serve well enough. Give me a moment. With those ingredients, I can now brew a potion that should wrap you in illusion. Just take a drink from the cauldron. While in raven form, you should be able to walk through the Dragon Gate without harm. The enchantment upon the gate isn't that quick-witted. If you get through once, you can always pass through it. Once past the gate, you must face Sudri himself. I've brewed the potion to change you into a raven. Drink it, then pass the Dragon Gate and go talk to Sudri.
Take a drink of the foul potion from the cauldron. You begin to sprout feathers and claws. The Dragon Gate lets you pass unharmed. Now that you have fooled it once, it should trouble you no more.
How did you make it through my defenses? I've heard from my brothers, Austri and Vestri. They say you've gained their golden seals. I respect that. Normally, my henchman, Cormac Shadowclaw, would deal with you, but I do not know where he has gone to. I don't wish to bring doom upon my fine hall, so let us be diplomatic in our dealings here. If you can do a few simple things for me, I will give you my own golden seal, as a generous gift, of course. I would have you go to a cave in Vesterland, in which grows a special tree, a tree bearing golden apples. The cave is guarded by a Valkyrie, a warrior named Jorda. She may try to stop you. Find the cave. Bring me back a basket of these golden apples, and we'll see where we stand.
Hold! These golden apples are mine and mine alone. None shall taste their sweetness but me. Unfair. I have guarded this tree against all, and it earned me nothing but ignoble defeat.
You collect some golden apples.
It is a pity Jorda would not share them. These apples are so delicious they drive lesser beings to madness. I would offer you one, but then I would have to fight you, to keep you from taking the rest. I can see in your eyes that you do not trust me. That is fair. Giants are known as tricksters and liars. I will prove to you that my word has weight. I will allow you to trap my words in an urn and weigh them. There is a scale in Hrundel Fjord that the merchants use. Take the urn with my words to the scale and weigh it. If I am speaking true, my words will have weight. If I am speaking falsely, my words will be as light as hot air. Let us begin. Get that urn from the side of my hall and bring it back to me. Then to Hrundlefjord to weigh it.
This urn should do. Sudri speaks into the urn.
Upon my honor, I swear to grant the golden seal to this wizard once this task is done.
Strangely, it feels a bit heavier, but that isn't possible.
Now, go to Hrundlefjord and weigh that on the merchant scale.
The scale wobbles with the weight of the urn. You adjust the scales to account for the urn's weight. The giant's oath carries real weight. Sudri will want to hear from you.
I can see from your face that you believe me now. Here is your golden seal. Use it to save your world.
Sudri gives you the third of the golden seals. You're 3/4 of the way there.
Fetch an urn from the... When you have trapped my words, weigh them in Hrundlefjord, and return here to collect your golden seal.
I have never trusted a giant, but you got the best part of Sudri, his oath, given freely and without deceit. Now that you have gotten golden seals from Austri, Vestri, and Sudri, only Nordri's golden seal remains. I know the charm that will open the Nordriland gate. Go to the gate, speak the charm, and go forth to find Nordri. If I remember, his door warden is a disagreeable ice troll named Stengar. He is a clever one and loves riddles. When you have gotten Nordri's golden seal and completed the set, return to me and we will see this to its finish.
Can you help my brother and I? We are humble merchants hoping to sell our wares to Nordri, lord of this land. Vivaldi crossed the bridge and his girth caused the bridge to break. He's safe, you see, but we're stranded. If you have any woodcraft to you, you could be of aid to us in this effort. Find some pieces of scrap wood and use them to repair the bridge. It should be easy enough to do.
It'll work, and the bridge is as good as new.
Can you find some pieces of scrap wood and use them to repair yonder bridge?
Welcome, wizard. I fear my weight broke the bridge, but now it looks as if it will hold. Good work. My brother and I came to deal with Nordri, lord of this land. We heard rumors of a kraken egg found near the frozen ship. When we got there, we saw a pack of Grendel madlings make off with it and carry it into a nearby cave. My brother and I were no match for them, but perhaps you can give them a thrashing. They're led by a particularly devious Grendel named Thok. Watch out for him. He's nothing like the others.
Hold it right there, little one. No one gets in to see Nordri without first defeating me in the most noble of contests, a riddle game. I will ask you 2 riddles, and if you give me the answers, you may pass and speak to Nordri. But I do not want just an answer. You must find the item I speak of. The first riddle is this. I go round in circles, but always straight ahead. Never complain, no matter where I'm led. What am I?
You're sure the answer is a wheel, but where have you seen one of those?
You must find the items that are the subjects of my riddle.
I hate to bother you, but there's been a terrible oversight. Someone's not doing their paperwork, I'm afraid. You should be contacted shortly by your school professor about a new pet. But there is a catch. When you're able to explore all of Wintertusk, you should be hearing from your professor. Be careful when you're in Wintertusk. I hear it's quite cold, so be sure to dress warmly.
The wheel is clearly the answer he's looking for. You can go back to Stengar now.
You found a wheel on the merchant's wagon? Well done! A wheel is correct. Now, for the second of my riddles. Weight in my belly, a tree on my back. Nails in my ribs, feet do I lack.
That sounds like a ship. Where would you find a ship? These Grendel madlings don't look happy to see you.
This is really too much. Did anyone think to put a guard at the door? Anyone?
You find the Kraken egg shimmering with a static charge. It's pretty clear that he's talking about this ship. You can go back and solve the riddle.
A ship. A fair answer, and well spoken. You have bested me in the riddle game, and may now proceed. Nordry awaits you beyond these doors. Enter, and show him some respect.
Greetings, wizard. I suspect you know how this will go down. The cause for your visit is clear to me. You want my golden seal to bind my father into the sleep of ages. Though the icy blood in my veins urges me to send you back to Grandmother Raven in defeat, I will not attack you. I offer you a trade, a fair one. Go to the cavern beneath Grandmother Raven's tree. In that cave is the cold drake, Nithog, a loathsome worm that gnaws the roots of the great tree above. If you can bring me one of Nithog's teeth, I will gladly trade my golden seal for it. Go to the cave beneath Grandmother Raven's tree and bring me one of the cold drake Nithog's teeth.
I'm sure you taught those madlings a thing or two with your spellcraft. Now, raise this Kraken hatchling into a mighty beast to stand loyally at your side.
No easy way to get a tooth from this monster. Perhaps the Norms can offer some advice.
You have come seeking a way to wrest a tooth from Nithog, the worm that gnaws at the roots of the world.
No force of battle or craft of spell will win you that prize. You must make it bite off more than it can chew.
Gather some wild hemlock from Australand and some ice bark from a winter branch in Vestraland. Take those things to Regan Wildleaf, who will brew you a potion that will give Nithog something to chew on.
Give old Nithog a toothache. I'll need some wild hemlock and some ice bark from a winter branch. What's that? You already have them. I would ask how you knew, but it's obvious that the Norn sent you. Let me mix that up for you.
Regan blends the ingredients into a salve and gives it to you in a small wooden bowl.
Just smear this on the roots that the worm chews and wait. Do not get any of the salve on yourself. You are a good friend to this village, clearly sent by fate to help us. But we cannot rely on your spellcraft to defend us. Hrundelfjord will live or die by our Thane's health. Our Thane, Vanir Stormroarer, was ill before the coming of the cold. His time in the ice did not help. Could you go and gather some aloe leaves, berries, and some water from the geyser, and bring them to me? You can find the aloe and berries growing around town, and the geysers are not far from here.
You smear a little of the salve on the root and wait for Nithog to chew on it. In a few moments, the great worm gnaws the root and groans. Something white clatters to the floor. It's a tooth. You collect it from the ground.
That was fast. I should have bargained for more, I suspect. I stand by my word. Here is your golden seal. Take it and trouble me no further. Be warned, this is not the last time our paths will cross. Go to the cave beneath Grandmother Raven's tree and bring me one of the cold drake Nithog's teeth.
The 4 golden seals are in your hands, and you are ready to enter the door at the base of this very tree. The caverns below are called Nastrond, the bones of the earth, a colder and more desolate place there never was. You must take the golden seals into Nastrond and place them before the Ice Titan, keeping him in endless slumber. The gate to Nastrond now beckons, and all our hopes go with you. You must enter Nastrond and use the golden seals to stop the endless winter. All our hopes go with you.
You're a sight for sore eyes. Vanir Stormroarer sent my warband into these caverns to capture the Coven after they attacked Hrundelfjord. We were quickly ambushed and split up. My warriors are scattered throughout all of Nastrond. There is a final barrier protecting the Hall of Jotengard, where the Ice Titan sleeps. To breach the walls of Jotengard, you will need a set of rune carving tools. I have lost mine down here. I also had the images of 4 runes needed to open the gate. Those runes were with my rune carving tools. The Winter Skulls took everything. If you can recover them, they're yours to keep. You'll certainly... Beware! These caverns... The Winter Skulls took everything. If you can recover them, they're yours to keep. You'll certainly need them. Beware! These caverns are cursed. Walking into them is certain doom.
You find the rune carving tools, but only one of the runes you need is here.
That's bad news, losing the other 3 runes. I'm sure the Coven has them, so we must win them back. It seems you won't need those rune carving tools for a while, but do not lose them. The icy wall over yonder was not there when we first entered the caverns of Nostrand. It is likely that you'll find another of the runes on the other side, in the hands of one of the worst of the Coven. I speak of a skeletal warrior named Colgrim Soulsunder. Colgrim took captive my ally, Truda Stoutheart. He is likely lurking behind that icy wall. If only I had my mighty hammer, I'd break that wall down and pursue. Can you find my hammer and do what I lack the strength to? Shatter yonder wall, defeat Colgrim, and rescue Truda.
This has got to be Duelin's hammer. It looks very heavy. You use Duelin's hammer to strike the icy wall, breaking it into tiny pieces.
The Coven has promised me a world of ice. Should I keep this rune from you, you cannot prevail.
find the second of the runes on the ground after defeating Coolgrim.
It's good to see you. I've been waiting without hope of rescue. Did Doolin send you? I was parted from the others of my warband. They were captured and taken across the icy chasm. The icy roof is loose. If a horn is sounded, it might cause the ice to break and a bridge to form. Huck Horncaller bore with him a horn, dropped in the fray. If you can find it and sound it, it may open a way. Beware Sadric Duskwing on the other side, a coven sorcerer ranked among their most powerful. If you meet any others of my group, Hawk, Ulfang, Njal, Thorfinn, or Agneta, tell them to show courage.
This is clearly Hawk's horn. It feels magical, charged with power. You blow the horn, and it causes the ice to shake and begin to fall.
How did you get down here? No matter. You'll meet the same ruin as the rest of the Thane's foolish warband. I will leave you to the mercies of my icy ally here.
Thelic drops the third missing rune.
I heard my horn calling. It sounded like you brought the roof down. I am a defenseless cub here in these caverns, without arms or armor. Can you rescue my sword and shield from the frost trolls who took them? So armed, I am ready to face what foes come my way. You cannot cut or destroy those roots. They are connected to the tree above and run throughout Nastrond. If they are damaged, this cavern will collapse, killing us all. You must find a way to charm them. Thorfinn Tree Tamer had a magic flute that would charm plants and trees. If you can find it, it may be of use. Thorfinn was with us when we were attacked by the Coven. I'm sure he dropped his flute somewhere near. Once you get the flute, you can play it to charm those branches aside. Then you may strike deeper into Nastrond. On the other side of those roots is the final chamber outside Jotengard, where the 4 runes must be carved. You may meet others of my warband. Be wary. They have likely fallen under the spell of our enemy, the Coven.
Now to use the flute and see if you can get past the root wall. You play the flute and the root wall parts.
You may have gotten this far, but here is where you stop. My magic has ensnared Duelin's warband to my will.
Upon defeat, Atri's spell breaks, and Doolin's company are freed from their ensorcelment.
You freed us. We did not want to fight you, but we had no choice. If you want to stop the Coven from rousing the Ice Titan, you must carve the Ice Titan's name onto the runes. 1 rune must be carved on each of the 4 stones in order to spell out the Ice Titan's name. Only when the rune stones are carved with the Ice Titan's true name will the gate open to you. Once the gate is open, you must enter Jotengard and defeat the Coven before they cause the Ice Titan to rise. If you have a means of keeping the Ice Titan in his eternal slumber, now is the time to use it.
Fought well, you meddling wizard. And it is clear that Grandmother Raven has a claw in this. Still, you cannot stop the coming of the Everwinter. The Ice Titan Ymir will wake and bring an age of eternal cold. With the power of the Coven at my command, I call upon the sons of Ymir, the Ice Titan, to stop you! destroyed our power and thwarted our scheme! It is time to flee!
You have stopped the 4 sons of the Ice Titan, and now you must renew the spell upon their father, Ymir. You place the golden seals before Ymir, and their presence calms the Ice Titan's sleep. After a moment, it is clear that the Ice Titan will not awaken, and the threat of the Everwinter is over.
You have done it. Use the teleporter at Jotengard to come back to the entrance. What an achievement! They will write sagas about what you have done. You should go and speak to Grandmother Raven now, though she likely knows already what has transpired here.
The Ice Titan slumbers once more, and the Coven's power is broken utterly. You've done it. Won a victory that all the kings, thanes, and heroes in Grizzleheim could not achieve. You are welcome throughout this realm, but now is the time to tell your headmaster Ambrose what you have done. Speak to Balder Goldpaws. He will return you to Wizard City, where you can continue your magical studies. You are Grizzleheim's greatest ally and a true friend, and I will watch over you always.
Ready to depart? Next stop, Wizard City.
My goodness! You say the Coven was attempting to awaken the Ice Titan himself? Unbelievable! You've accomplished so much in Grizzleheim. All of the professors here are impressed with your work. I'll speak to Mr. Lincoln about getting you some extra credit.